Thanks for coming to the call. This is our 88th meeting, and today's the October 11th call. And so I did send the meeting notes last week. I hope you all got them. And it was a pretty succinct summary last week. I've been posting the project board and what we got done during the week. And then, Riff presented his inbound pipeline model draft. And then we thought maybe this week we would talk about DSCP marking from NVIDIA, possibly. So we'll check with them. And then over here there was a couple of updates here in the list. So did anyone want to go first before I went through the updates in the list? Okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this one here, the NVGRE parsing, we did get an answer here down at the bottom from Riff, and I believe it answers the question, but here it was talking about, so the basic question was NVGRE output being added to the service tunnel route type, and do we have a requirement to parse incoming NVGRE? And we talked about that in the past, and then Riff came back and answered that the packet transformation would follow our document, but he's also trying to answer that will have 2 layers of NCAP, which will be decapped, but we don't have it modeled today in Dash or behavioral model, but theoretically it's what should happen, and how the flow matching would use 5 tuples from the innermost packet. And then did another update where Riff actually created PR 449, where hopefully this would be documented and you could leave comments as well. So I was maybe going to close this one out in favor of, I pulled 449 into the project here. Where did I put it? It's in the impro right here, Dash pipeline packet flow update proposal. So any comments on this one? And this was for Bud.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
That work for you, Bud?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
So I'll do that. And then the same kind of one here, the clarification on service tunnel inbound processing. I didn't feel that the last bits of the questions were answered, so I separated them out here where we were looking, is it double tunneled and does the header stack look like this? And then are we decapsulating, first outer header or both? And then, you guys can read, but basically Riff went ahead and answered here. And again, we're trying to point to 449. So I'm hoping that will work for this one as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I added some comments to 449.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
Great. So I'll take care of these offline. And then this one here, it looks like the private link mapping one, it seemed to pass all the checks. And Marian had requested a review. Not sure if that happened or not, but Marian, how about this one? Did you need us to do anything or ping anyone?
I think Riff is reviewing it, so
okay. So no worries.
No need. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I think the only other one, 415. This is the last one. Do we have a chance to look this one, Marian? We were going to check back this week.
No, not yet.
Okay, all right. I'll just do a copy, paste. Okay, and so that's what I had for this list here. Oops. Yeah, so that's what I had for those items, and I guess I could open it up for you guys. Did you want to talk about DSCP marking this week, NVIDIA team?
Oh, maybe I have a question rather on that, because I noticed that some of the tests are passing, which are ETF tests, but side challenger tests fail. And it's due to some not implemented functionality in Thrift, if I understand correctly. So
really,
not sure if it's really in the Dash repo, or is this problem happening outside of Dash repo? So
have you maybe post an issue and tag?
so maybe I will just share a screen for a minute and
please.
show what's happening. And then, yeah, because you're right, I will create an issue. So maybe let's look at the diff first to understand what's going on. Requests and DSCP. So here, so the motivation of this one is to have two modes for setting the DSCP in the outer packet, because the Dash is doing all of the encapsulations, stripping the old headers, adding new ones, and question is what should be DSCP in the IP header of the newly added encapsulation. So I added a new enum and options for an ENI. So over here in the ENI attributes, we have two new ENI attributes, DSCP mode and DSCP value, so there are two modes. First one is just save and restore what was the value that was there with the tunnel the packet came in. Or the other one is to override and set whatever the user programmed for this ENI. So this is kind of the most top level DSCP setting. There could be more granular ones added later that will override this one, but this is per ENI. So if you add another ENI, you can define another policy for DSCP value. And yeah, so then there is a logic to that we may save DSCP, then like save the original DSCP, and if needed, override it. So then when I tried fixing tests, it all looked similar. You need to add two attributes to ENI. So I didn't come up with something too complicated, just fixed all of the tests by adding those two attributes where I declared the CP mode as preserved and just passed the 0 here, meaning that I want to keep the same DSCP that the packet had when it ingressed device. So I did that over all of the tests. And here's the problem.
Sorry. Where do
Yes.
we get these? Sorry. I mean, I know you showed the code and all that, but where does that propagation requirement come from? Is it just an ID or?
Well, it's not. It's kind of something that we noticed when we were implementing that. When we do encapsulation, there's nothing that tells us what the DSCP should be. So I'm trying to fill this gap. And
right, and instead of code, would it be better to have a simple diagram, for instance? I mean, you go straight to implementation here, right? So it's like.
Yeah, probably we can add that too.
To the SONiC, the HLD?
Yeah.
I mean, I put in the chat window a little snip from the -SONiC HLD, and then I'm popping one in from the testing requirements area where they have a brief mention of DSCP.
Yeah, and I can also link it to the packet flow I'm currently working on. So it has a section about like the header decapsing. So we can actually add that one and also the incap, like all the routing action definitions, we can add the incap.
So if there's suggestions on how to flesh it out more, is that what you're saying,
Yeah.
Vincent?
Yeah,
No,
I
I
can
was-
expand design as well.
So, I mean, it sounds like we have a requirement. I just, it's a one-liner deep in there. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
If we have that, that's all right.
I don't think that's a sufficient enough explanation from the SONiC HLD because I don't agree that it's really DSCP mode uniform. Uniform is copy from inner. And it's not really like that because inner is the customer's header.
Yeah, so either in your case, you would want to either propagate the incoming outer or
Yeah.
override it with an ENI based.
Yeah, I don't want to look at
Yeah.
the customer's header.
I agree. Well,
I want the data center to manage this value independently.
Yeah.
but there could be a requirement for propagation. Who knows, right? But okay,
So
now that
if
we have
there
that,
will be, we can add that too, but for now it's like the most simple one, so we know what to do when we do the encode.
okay, so maybe like you say, if it's too short in the HLD, maybe expand it a little bit on the HLD.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, Vincent, I think what you're thinking actually, in certain places that actually makes sense. But in that case, we probably will need like the for example, in this case, when the customer sends the traffic from the VM gets incap, then sends it to the dash. So when doing that incap, we should propagate that one to the info. So leaking the customer's DHCP to the info and somehow override the one set by the info, it feels like probably will be little bit not that ideal. So the thing we could do is that when adding the initial incap before even sending to the dash pipeline, we can actually do something over there. And if it is coming from say traffic from internet or something, and if we need to set that DSCP, then the pipeline actually allows, I think in Marion's change, it has a pipe mode, which allows the DSCP to be overridden by the pipeline. So it is either trust info one or we give them a explicit one. So I think that may be for like a safe choice for the info. But yeah, I agree your scenario.
The fact that you talk 30 seconds on that clearly shows that all those details need to be specifically in the HLD, right? I mean, it's you can do a lot of things with DHCPs.
Yeah, we can actually add them in the packet flow because the packet flow already have the like the description on how we should decap the headers and how we should execute all the routing action. So yeah, so that one plus the routing action one, the other definitions we can put a DHCP handling in the static incap action and the tunnel action. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Static action and tunnel. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I will do
also like with like this Marianne's proposal is attaching this to ENI. I'm not sure is that in the schema already that of the ENI table, these attributes, the pipe mode and the DSCP value.
No, not yet, not yet.
Okay, so yeah, that looks like probably the spec is not defined. Like it probably should define in the schema first, and then we should add it, or it's the other way around.
I think I can just have it all together as one clear class.
So yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And so we were talking about the test isn't passing, Marian?
Yeah, so now going to the test, the site challenger test, they use site drift and it has this issue. There is a not implemented error for an enum which is auto-generated. I'm not sure if that case was tried before. We have like 3 enums, and I think the other ones aren't really used in the test. The defaults are used, but when I tried to use an enum that is auto-generated and it sits, not that it is auto-generated, but the fact that it is in the experimental folder seems like it's not picked up or something, and I don't know where to look for it for this implementation, because I believe it's outside of Dash repository.
Okay, so my suspicion is this is some, let's say, call it manual fix-up code inside Challenger that's done on a case-by-case basis. And there were discussions like over a year ago about making this kind of automatic, more automatic. I thought that had been addressed. But the best thing to do is to file an issue and tag Andre at Peel Vision.
Okay. So I was looking for maybe a contact point who can answer the question. All right.
Yeah. Well, if anyone else is here from Peel Vision today, but Andre would be a good starting point.
So it's okay. So it's in the side channel, not in three.
I suspect, yeah.
Okay, understood. So that's my main concern. So we'll try to resolve that. I will also add an accompanying documentation into the same pull request, so we'll have everything in one place. Yeah, maybe we can get back to that in a week.
Marianne, are you going to OCP Summit next week, Marianne?
No, I am not.
Oh, too bad.
So along the same lines of DSCP propagation or settings, do we have anything specific about TTL? I don't recall, because that would be another one, propagated or start from scratch or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
Probably.
And that one actually could even come from the VM, from the client message itself. I don't know. So do we have anything about this?
Doing a quick search here. So TTL 8-bit.
Yeah, I don't think we have any.
So
You propagated it.
there are some references. What exactly are you looking for?
Yeah.
I mean, there are some definitions.
Just set it directly to 64.
Yeah, I don't, and maybe that's fine. I just don't know. As part of the propagated data or override data or whatever, right? That could be something that has been talked about or thought about. I don't know.
Okay, I can run that down for you, Vincent, if you like.
You actually had something about the TTL being pipe model.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Line 971 in the SONiC HLD.
I wonder if there's specific case for that or if it's just
971 pipe model.
Yeah, it's always from the auto cap, from the HLD. But I don't think we have anything in BMV.
You don't think what, Riff? I'm sorry, I missed that.
I don't think we actually have anything specific in BMV2. When adding the incap, I don't recall. Yeah, the TTL just set to 64. for MVGR in cap and DXI in cap. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in BMV2 it's not, but in the dash SONiC HLD, it has a section defines the TTL behavior.
But here it says BMV2, but that's dash NVGRE P4.
Yeah. So this one adds a GR in cap.
And then service tunnel. Okay. Yeah, I don't know enough about BMV2.
Okay, so for now, TTL is fixed to 64 done. There's no thinking about doing any kind of DSCP like change.
Yeah, but I think we should match the HLD one. That covers the DSCP and TTL.
Okay. Thanks, Vincent. I'll make a note. Anything else, Marian, today from you?
No.
Okay. How about anyone else on the call? Any PRs or issues you want to talk about? I'm just pulling up the PR list. Riff, are we going to have a round 2 on this in the next BMV2, the packet flow update proposal?
Yeah, sure thing.
In the next behavioral model call? So not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll make a note of that. Okay.
Yeah, I think
then-
most of the doc is already updated.
Okay.
So yeah, if anyone interested, take a look. Feel free to leave comments on that. And thanks a lot, Bud, for leaving the comments. I'll reply like today very soon.
Okay. And then issues here. Nothing really new. And I attended the P4 call the other day with Andy, so I don't see him here. Okay, so Keysight team, do you guys have anything? I mean, this is all I really have today, so I guess I'll go around the room here. Do you guys have anything, Chris, Mersha?
Not myself, thank you.
Okay, anyone else, guys? Intel, NVIDIA, Excite, Arista? I'm good? Okay, and I can give time back. Oh, go ahead, Bud, sorry.
I was just saying I have nothing here.
Okay, all right, yeah, so seems like we got a lot done here. Good conversation on DSCP. I'll go ahead and stop the recording and give you a little over a half hour back. So thanks for your time, and thanks Marian and everyone for coming, and I hope you have a good day.
Christina.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Okay, thanks, have a good one, bye.
Bye.